Good morning, everyone. Here it is, the end of the week. It's Full Scale Friday. Couldn't be happier, couldn't be any more relieved. This week went by pretty quickly, didn't it? I know it did for me. Nothing of, import to announce. I do want to move this up just a touch, though, if you don't mind. There we go. Just like that. Alright. Yeah, nothing major to announce. I am doing this the night before. It is just after midnight. So, let's get down to it, shall we? I would have done this sooner, but I was playing a little Fabled Lands and watching some, had some YouTube videos running in the background. Part of the Raven Code, ladies and gentlemen. Make time for play. That's important. It's important to intellectually decompress every once in a while. It's a healthy boundary. It's not good for you to be consuming 24-hour, 7-day a week, 365 days a year, up to the nanosecond fear porn. It's not helping you. It's good to get away. It's good to clear your mind. Sometimes it's good to get away from situations. Sometimes it's good to get away from yourself. Be someone else for a little while. That's what RPGs do. They give you the chance to get out of your head for a little while and into someone else's. When you come back to your problems, maybe they're not so bad. Anyway, for the decks today, we have Tarot Grand Luxe, which is one of my favorites, obviously. We have the Viking Oracle. We have the Spirit Animal Oracle. We have Runes of the Gods. And we have the Crystal Spirits Oracle today. I don't work with the Crystal Spirits Oracle a lot, because I have to take a little time and I have to look those cards up. Some crystals I know right away and I can tell you what they do. A lot of them I don't. That's why I tend to use the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle quite a bit, because it does have a little bit of a few, code words and trigger phrases that'll spark something. And then that'll open up little rabbit holes I can venture down and talk to you about. This one, not so much. As a matter of fact, I'll just show you the bottom card here, which is Jade. That's the very bottom card. What does Jade do? I really don't know. I work with crystals, don't get me wrong. I work with crystals and gems. I just work with a very small selection of them. But something told me this was the deck that would really round out the answers today. So I didn't argue. I will look those cards up for you, and we'll talk a little bit about them. Just kind of do it as we go. Now the runes, I know, almost inside and out. Some days the messages flow, some days like yesterday they kind of get a little tricky. They call for us to strike a little bit of a balance. And before I get into this, if you haven't had the opportunity, I do recommend you check out Fabled Lands. It's a great book series. There's probably like 7 books in the series, and if you go to the website that's mentioned within, you can print out your own character sheets, and there's an entire sheet there that has all the little code words you can just check off as you get them. Code words help you get places. They help you get through certain passages. These passages are very quick reads. You will be flipping back and forth through books quite a bit. You'll be flipping back and forth through all the books quite a bit. These aren't read in linear style. I think you'll enjoy them if you want to give them a chance. They're really, really good. So, what does your weekend hold for you? Let's find out. Let's start with you. Meeting in the middle. Diplomacy. Coming together. That's what the thing represents. Speaking of things, the tribe really hasn't had a thing in a while, and that came up. So we're going to be talking about things at our thing, or our all thing, which is just us as representatives of the group coming together and kind of talking about, what's going on with the group. Maybe come together as a family. Talk about what's going on in the household. Come together with neighbors. Talk about what's going on in the neighborhood. Any of those could work. Talk to your coworkers. What's going on at work? Try to work some things out. Because you are being guided by an end. This end result does not have to be the most tragic thing in the world. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you 3 words. 3 words that will always echo supreme. Nothing lasts forever. Things break down. Things wear out. Even the most reliable of devices will eventually stop being so reliable. This phone, for example. I've had this phone for probably about maybe 2.5 years. It's still going very strong. It's why I haven't really replaced it. And the other reason that I haven't replaced it is I don't feel like logging into all those apps again. Or downloading them, having to arrange them, and all that. That is a pain in the neck. And as the years go on, it's more of them and more of them that I have to manage. And I'm just not interested in at the moment. Not when that one still works. But eventually, whether it's the battery starting to tank, or maybe it's not suiting my needs anymore, or screen doesn't work, eventually it will give up the ghost and I will have to replace it. I won't be mad that I have to replace it. I'll be grateful that it got me as far as it did. And that's the key thing to remember. Having that gratitude, even though something is ending, don't be sad that it's over. Be glad that it happened. So how can we emulate something in nature? What can we look to? We have a panther spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what I see in this? I see the end of your victimhood. I see the beginnings of your victory. But only if you reclaim your power. Too often we give our power away. We really do. We just give it away. We do it by abdicating our responsibilities. And listen, I'm one of the most libertarian guys in the world. You do you, I'll do me. Where we find common ground, we'll build. And we'll leave each other where we disagree. But here's the thing. The one thing I want to share with you. When someone sees me doing something that I enjoy doing, and it brings me great joy to do it, and they say, hey, you can't do that, or you're doing that wrong. Me, I just shrug and be like, okay. You know why? Because those are people who haven't claimed their power. They haven't claimed their responsibilities, and they see fit to micromanage your life. I have no interest in that. None whatsoever. Reclaim your power. If you have been giving it away, it's time to take it back. Because obviously, the ones to whom you gave that power are misusing it, aren't they? And maybe it's time you quit letting others dictate the details of the deal. Quit coming too far this way. Meet there, right in the middle. You reclaim your power. Maybe you don't get everything you want, but you'll get what you need. So, mentally this weekend, we're looking at a 7 of Cups. We're looking at the World. Oh, wow, look at that. And then we got the Wheel of Fortune. 7 of Cups is usually a choice, but I mean, look at that. How is this a negative thing? You already know the choices that need to be made, so just make them. Things are going to turn out better. Things are going to turn out for the better. Having that 7 of Cups is a great thing. Having that choice is a wonderful thing. There's no reason to fear the choices that you have to make, especially when you know the right ones. You're out there building your own castle. With the choices you make right now, they start in the mind. So, what choices will you make this weekend? That's what I'd like to know. But it's not really up to me, is it? It's up to you. You're the one that has to do it, not me. So, what elements of yours are you driving together? Because this is all about integration, ladies and gentlemen. Your integration. What do you see in the mind? What images are coming to you that they're so powerful that you see them with your own eye? Can you bring those together inside you? Is everything starting to click? Because that's exactly what's going on right now. That's what this card signifies. Everything's starting to click. Everything's starting to come together in your mind. You've got the right choices to make. You know which ones they are, so go ahead and make them. Bring those parts of you together and watch as things change. Don't worry, I'm not going to drop it. So mentally, things are looking really good. Mentally, things are coming into sharper focus. You can see them in high definition there. In the physical, though, we got a 3 of Coins in reverse. Got a Page of Wands in reverse. And we have a Queen of Swords. Now, 3 of Coins. I really can't say enough about 3 of Coins. 3 of Coins is one of those cards that usually symbolizes hard work, collaborative work. In this one, though, you're not collaborating at all. And that's what makes me raise an eyebrow. It's more of a why to me. Why aren't you? So why aren't you collaborating with others? Are you trying to take this thing on alone? Here's the real question. Do you love what it is you do? Because right now I can definitely sense a detachment from it. I can see that. This is where it's labor, but it doesn't seem to be paying off. Now I got that page of wands that I'm looking at. Are you playing it a little too safe? Because that's what this is. You're playing it way too safe. You're not daring to take those risks. You go from like trying to kind of go it alone, trying to play it a little too safe, trying to keep things a little close to the vest. We saw this yesterday in that Four of Pentacles, or Four of Coins. That was where you're tightening your grip. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I know about tightening the belt. I know about tightening the grip on the finances. I know. Especially today. But here's the thing. The Queen of Swords comes along and she's cutting through all your bullshit. She's just not having it. She's not going to listen to it. And you know as well as anyone, she's a sharp mind, but also a playful sense of humor. But she is committed to seeing and speaking truth. But she's not judgmental. She just radiates that positive energy. That's what you need to be doing. You need to radiate that positive energy. It's okay to ask for help when you need it. It's okay to collaborate. But if you really feel like you need to go it alone, you're scared of taking risks, let me tell you something. Queen of Swords is there to be like, hey, don't take it too seriously. You're not in it for a long time. You're only in it for a good time, right? Okay, so we do have Judgment in the spiritual. We also have a Queen of Coins. Oh, wow. And we have Temperance. Time to emerge and be seen. Because that's what Judgment is. You're being called to emerge and be seen. You know, let yourself be recognized. You are putting in a lot of hard work, but, you know, if it feels like it's coming a little too late, don't worry about that. Just take the praise as it comes. Allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to do the things that you do and do them well. Keep kind of grinding at it. You're going to be just fine. And there's this transition through this opulence. And let me tell you, Queen of Coins is all about that opulence, that extravagance. But then you've got Temperance here. This lets me know, right here, from what I see in all three of these cards, that it's okay to accept that praise. It's okay to, you know, play yourself up a little bit. Don't let it go to your head. Okay, so far your revert. I don't have my words today. All those fortunes that you've been seeing, all the toil, all the trouble, all the God, this again. Remember what we talked about yesterday? Thurisaz, when that came up, was your conflict and your challenges. You've been rising to meet them as much as possible. And you've been grinding away at it as much. You've been chipping away. You've been just plugging away at it. Now the recognition is about to come in. Someone is about to recognize all your hard work. And you are more than well within your rights to speak up and say, yeah, baby, this is what I do. But keep in mind, don't let it go to your head. Don't go full Ozymandias here. You know, Ramses II, you are not. Stay humble about it. But receive that praise very graciously. Play it up if you want as a little bit of humor. Remember, she's playful. You can be too. So, let's have a look at your crystals for this weekend. We're going to start with Lapis Lazuli. That is a beautiful stone I haven't worked with yet. Citrine. Oh boy. That's one I wear daily. And Aqua Quartz. Okay. So let's see what Colette Baron Reed has to say about those. We'll start with Lapis Lazuli. We're going to be working a little backwards here today. So, okay, so we're going with a little Lapis Lazuli. What is that? What does it do for us? That's Lemurian Quartz. That's not what we're looking for. So, this is about spiritual truth, enlightenment, meditation, unity, consciousness, and inner vision. So, just pull this card up because it is a beautiful card. I mean, look at that. Yeah, you can see a face in it right there, right? It's like a face looking out from the stars. What you seek is here. If you push aside the distractions and fears created by your ego and become silent, tune in, and phone home to the conscious universe, the source of all love, strength, and wisdom, the law of non-locality ensures that you can gain whatever you need that is hidden from you when your mind is in a non-ordinary state of thinking. Time to get away from the distractions, right? Like I said, sometimes getting away from you is actually kind of the best thing for you. So you can achieve this through the practice of meditation and prayer. Reconnect with that. Reconnect with the spiritual. That's the message of this crystal. You're overdue for renewal of your spiritual alignment. Your mind is actually a microcosm of the universal consciousness. You always have access to it through the channel of your authentic self. Enlightenment comes when you go within and open to the light that's all around you and within you. Epiphanies abound once you quiet your chattering mind and tune into the higher mind, where ideas beyond your current grasp flow easily, ready for you to access them. Okay. Now, let's have a look at citrine. I can tell you this much about citrine. Citrine tends to attract money. It's called the merchant stone for a reason. But this card is telling you joyful expressiveness, exuberance, and happiness. You gotta let go of any and all negativity. So now it's time for you to be you and to experience the tremendous joy available to you. With all the hard work you do to overcome your old patterns, heal the wounds of the past, and forgive yourself and others as you walk the healing path, you might find that you have forgotten how to just have fun and laugh. Remember what we said about being playful? And you can see the Buddha's face in there. Remember, the Buddha's laughing. Why is he laughing? He's fat, bald, and happy. Something to be said about being fat, bald, and happy. Well, I can say this. Something to be said about being bald and happy. If you've seen me on High Notes, you know I am bald and happy. So there you go. This will get rid of some of that negative energy. You need to learn how to have fun again. Be a little playful like that Queen of Swords. That's what she's there to tell you. Let's go to the Aqua Quartz. We'll close out the crystals on that one. Here we go. And this is connecting to infinite potential, a renewed sense of purpose, wonder, and awe. Now, the Earth is the only planet within this solar system with a massive galaxy that itself is a mere speck in a vast universe. Now, how awesome is it to recognize the power we all have when we choose not to set ourselves as part of this incredible creation, and when we tap into the universal consciousness that continually generates love and guides us with the wisdom of the ages. The appearance of this crystal is a message to you to cease your cynicism and worry, open your heart to the wonder that is your life. How unlikely we all are, and yet here we are. Now, I gotta say this. There was one of my favorite movies is Tombstone. And there's a part in there where Bill Paxton, who played Morgan Earp, he's looking right up at the sky and he says, hey, you know, there's a God out there that made all these beautiful stars, and he still remembered to make a little old me. Now, whether or not you believe in any kind of deity is beside the point. Remember, there is all of this around us that has been created. The likelihood of you being here is infinitesimally small, but here you are. That is a testament to the power that you need to reclaim. That is how seriously you need to take things sometimes. You really don't. But to have that renewal of purpose is going to be everything. I mean, have a look. It's right there. All that beautiful color. Still there's you. Okay, let's go to the runes and find out what's going on. We've got a vase. We've got Ivaz and Fehu. So we got Fehu pointing at this Queen of Coins over here. Right here, do you see? You're not taking any risks. You're not working with anyone else. You're taking things a little too seriously here. These two tell you to be playful. This one tells you to be flexible. And then right up here with Avaz, it signifies change right here at this wheel. Once you make the decision, once you take all those things in your mind into consideration, once you've meditated on it a little bit, that wheel starts turning. What happens when wheels turn? Movement. Movement and change. You will ultimately change your surroundings. You will change the scenery of your mind. If you're flexible and you're willing to change your mind on a few things, you may actually gain more out of it than what you otherwise wouldn't. Really, this isn't about coming together with others, it's about coming together with you. Sorry. There's that post-nasal drip thing again. So, first you gotta make the decision. You gotta quit letting it paralyze you. You gotta be willing to take that little bit of risk there. You know what? Take a chance on yourself. Because guess what? All that hard work that you put in is about to pay off. It's about to pay off in a big way. But that's not the end of things. It's just the first step on a much larger time frame. Much larger scale. Everything you work for builds. Keep building on it. There's no tower moment here. There's no tower card. Nothing's about to be rocked to its foundation. You're going to be just fine. But you're going to have to end the negativity, the cynicism, and the self-doubt. That has to happen. Right there. Everything you want's on the other side of your fear, and your fear, well, I tell you this, your fear is mostly vapor. That's an illustration of your fear right there. But that's what I have for you today. That's what I have for you this morning. Go and reclaim your power. Stop taking things so seriously. It's not that deep. Just remember, I love you all. Please take care of yourselves and each other. It's the best way to reclaim your power. Always do what lights you up. There's another way to reclaim your power, and do it at every opportunity. And whatever you do, my friends, family, neighbors, and tribe, shine on.